We have over 600 fintech companies, of which 2/3 of them, 60% plus of them, are engaging in B2B business. At the same time, we look at the distribution across the different segments. We have a pretty healthy mix. Obviously, I think the wealth tech is a pretty sizable one. But at the same time, in recent years, we've seen some amazing growth in RegTech / compliance. And then the other areas which you probably caught some major media coverage around, say, digital assets. But at the same time, I think banking-related technologies are also gaining a lot of traction. Particularly now, a lot of our major banks are really embracing new technology adoption. This is exactly why that we would like to share with you about our Fast Track program. And to begin with, I just want to share with you about the 3 aspects that we're able to help you. Now, first, there are obviously quite a lot of potential B2B clients. And again, I think several of them are represented here today. Now, at the same time, the funding sources, in terms of the connection with investors, is also another area they will take care of. Now, last but not least, it's not just about Hong Kong. It's given the fact that Hong Kong is the regional hub for many financial institutions. It's really about using Hong Kong as a springboard to expand to other regional markets.
For us, it's actually it's nothing new that what we're doing. We have actually started our digital journey probably about 4 years ago when we really start focusing on building better customer experiences into our solutions. We are basically focusing a lot on our 3.5 million customers out there. So we're actively trying to listen to what they want and what they need. And then, of course, right now with the higher customer expectations, we have to step up. We have to continue to build better products and with better experiences. And the last 2 years, obviously, with the pandemics, is changing everybody's way of working, way of life, and way of shopping even. And the government is helping in pushing a lot of digital initiatives. So overall, I think the market dynamic is actually quite exciting, and we are very, very excited to be part of this whole digital evolution.
Customers of all demographics have become a lot more open to the concept of banking digitally and banking only digitally, and that's across the full spectrum, from the young tech savvy to the more conservative parts of the population. And in that aspect, I think I also agree with Herman's view that the bar has definitely been raised, both by the virtual banks and also by the incumbents who have stepped up everyone's game. So customers nowadays have a much higher expectation for instant interactive intelligence services that are available to them 24/7 wherever they are in Hong Kong.
Xiaomi provided a lot of high quality technology and during the implementation period, and AMTD, and we are providing the financial and the Hong Kong experience to the startup. And I myself, I have 10 years experience with HKMA, so I know the regulators regulations better, and we know Hong Kong better than Xiaomi. So the joint venture actually is a very good match.
The other things that we focus on is innovation. So how do we actually build things that are better than what we have right now in the market and give customers some new experiences. Examples are like, bringing our chatbot into the WhatsApp environment so that people can actually use and interact with our services easier, because WhatsApp is arguably a lot more in their daily life than our banking apps or than any banking apps for that matter. We have Simply Fund, which is really just letting our customers to start investing with just $1 Hong Kong dollar. So these are like innovations that we're trying to actually bring to the market, and let just customer try new services so that they can actually have better experience and understand what they need to do in order to fulfill the bank-to-bank needs as well as their wealth management needs.
The concept of the AMTD SpiderNet really is pretty natural, and we are a financial entity, but we need fintech partners to work with us. And for example, within the AMTD SpiderNet, we have a insurance brokerage arms, and we use the insurance brokerage arms to work with us. So we have an insurance business, and then the insurance business, their customers, they need banking services. So the insurance customers, what they need banking services, we can provide the Airstar Bank can provide banking services and to those insurance customers. And then when the insurance company try to push certain insurance products, and we can use the banking customers, the network of the banking customers, see if there's any synergy between the insurance, and that there definitely is some synergy between the insurance and the banking business. So, and that is a very simple illustration of the AMTD SpiderNet.
Partnerships have always been useful for synergistic purposes, where both sides of the partnership are able to leverage each other's brand, presence, recognition, in market and values. So it's one of the big reasons why WeLab Bank and Allianz Global Investors have entered into a strategic cooperation in digital wealth management and financial services. So we're cooking up a lot of really cool, interesting stuff there that I hope to be able to share with you shortly.
We have a program internally called FinTech incubator. Basically, it's a way for us to sort of nurture some of our own innovation, our own internal startups. So we give support to some of these internal startups with funding, with advice. We've run POCs, but then we're also looking over the fence and look at external startups and see how we can actually put some of these things together. So the idea really is just to find everywhere where people have good ideas and give them a chance to sort of build up some good use cases. Banking should not be something that just come from us. Obviously from within Hang Seng Bank we have a lot of capable and good people, but then there are a lot of good ideas outside as well. I think the key for some of these potential partners is really just to find good use cases, so we can actually incorporate them into the solutions that we present to the customers. So this is one of the ways that we try to address that.
There's a big gap when it comes to mass banking. So mass banking is an area that's, I think, a lot of the incumbents are no longer focusing on as much as they used to, partly because of how the existing models work, right? So a lot of value-added services, the advice, the tailored experience that's a traditional bank can provide is done through RMs. And that's quite expensive and not a very scalable process, right? So being able to provide a similar, very tailored, customized experience and insights to mass customers that right now is only available to premier tier customers would be a huge step in democratizing financial services and promoting financial inclusion. Data is super important, and we're very obsessed with how we use data. Of course, data in Hong Kong is something that we also have to be very careful about in how we use, in how we collect. But there's also a extremely important part of the equation, which is the more traditional aspect of product development, which is literally just going out to talk to customers. Like nothing will ever beat talking to a customer, and that's also one of the more fun parts of our job, like remembering that I'm not building for a mobile phone, I'm building for real people out there, I'm building for the person who sits next to me on the train.
The innovation doesn't necessarily come from just changing everything upside down, but there's a lot of incremental stuff that we are doing. Things like, for example, mobile cash withdrawal. So one of the service that we do is we allow our customers to go to the mobile app and basically input instructions, walk to the ATM card, hit one single button, and then they'll be able to withdraw cash. So nothing groundbreaking there, except for the fact that it just happened that during the pandemic, people don't like to wait in a long line. People don't like touching too many things. So something like this, our customers were very, very happy with, because they, all they have to do is just touch the machine once, and they were able to get cash out?
I think even the B2B and the business to business and majority of the service end, they still have to serve their customers. So it's likely it's a B2B2C type of pattern. And I think even you are a B2B type of a fintech company, you have to think about, you always have to think about B2B2C. And the retail customers always should be in your mind.